Hey. Yeah, that's right. It's me, and it's Monday. Corey behind the camera this morning, just like old times. Just, God, I'm so excited to be here. It's Monday. I don't know why, I'm feeling like oddly optimistic today. Oh, Lori Lanny said, I hope it's her. Well, good news, it's her. Here she is. Oh man, I just heard myself when a live chat popped up. Good morning, Dawn and 6'9". Pokey Ninja, who says TMZ is going downhill with all the younger staff. Boy, do I beg to disagree, but that's kind of who I am. Brandon, D Twizzle, Sweet and Low, Maria, Shady Ducky. These are all my OGs, all my BFFs. Morning, Barbara. Nathaniel, good morning. God, we talked to morning Steph. That's my best friend. No. Yeah. Yep. Bleach blonde and beautiful. She's perfect. What else is new? Morning, Eric. Rolling his eyes at me. Lori said, where's Gary? I don't know where Gary is. We should see where he is. Gary, are you watching? Talia, Charles was upset with you on Friday. He said he picked Georgia because of you. Okay, well, Charles doesn't like me, so I don't believe you that he would pick Georgia because of me. Did you really? Charles, thank you. I know, but that was really nice. Thanks. It doesn't matter if we win or lost. I just feel really nice that you...
No, that's all that matters. Do it because
I thought maybe we were like friends, and you're like, oh, you know what? My friend who I work with went to Georgia. Guess I thought wrong. Holy shady. Oh, good morning, Darlene. Oh my God, somebody in the chat said I could give her $1 million. Okay, give it. Like, come on. That's real. Or what are you up to? Are you working right now, or are you?
Yes, I'm working.
Okay. Really?
You're not alone. I picked other people for friends.
That's nice. You pick Arizona?
Didn't work, and actually, no. And by the way, you're not showing that person.
Yes, I am.
No, we don't get down. This is a non-U of A zone.
Maybe for you, but I think
We don't get down with the
Hashtag support women no matter what, so I'm gonna say bear down, baby.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Arizona taking it to the top 2. I have Arizona and Duke.
Now we're really done. I picked Wisconsin, lost. I picked UConn, lost. Every time I pick someone for friends,
The Charles curse.
they burn me.
Worse than a Kardashian. Somebody said W. Charles, W. Charles. Well, clearly L. Charles, because you just bombed that whole bracket. My pick to win it all, Florida, lost last night to Iowa. That's gotta suck. I pick my bracket and then I leave it. And I don't check on it. I don't remember who I picked. Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. And then when I win, it's just all that sweeter because I didn't care. So yeah, that's kind of my mentality for this year. Wisconsin Badgers for the win. Well, sky's the limit. Sorry for your loss. Kansas lost to St. John. Yeah, there's a lot of losers recently. Yeah, the Kansas game was great. I did watch a little bit of that. I am not well versed in sports, but I know when they're good. Like, I'll watch a game and I'll be like, that's a good game. I don't know who's supposed to win or anything, but I know I'm entertained. Yeah. Tennessee and Duke for men. Who do you have? What about women's? Oh, I just got a chat easy with talking about KU. Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, baby, always. Rock Chalk. Woo, go KU. I hear Lawrenceville's beautiful this time of year. And we'll leave it at that. There you go. What about for women's? Is it LSU women's? Like, their coach is such a badass. And she's always in, like, sequin outfits. I think I would be such a good basketball coach because I have really good taste in clothes. That's all. Coaches dress so much better than the men's coaches. Because the men's coaches are, like, clearly just there to yell and coach, and the women's coaches understand that there's a little bit more to it. They know. All right. I think is he doing an interview?
Can you call Jackson, please?
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Les, come on over.
All right.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Harvey. You look tan.
Yeah, it was
By tan, I mean burnt.
intense. I have an idea for something I want to do. I don't know whether this is going to work, but I think I'll just do this for the stream, and you decide if you want to put this on social. Okay? Okay. Okay.
Let me make sure we're rolling, Harvey. Cool, we're speeding.
Okay. So a month or two ago, I started talking to you folks about out with their asses, meaning vote against every single person in Congress because they can't get the job done the way we expect them to. And they have made that very clear, that the Democrats are blaming the Republicans and the Republicans are blaming the Democrats. But the reality is that when you go to Washington, you have to figure out how to make deals, how to compromise. They can't do it. They've made that clear. They can't do it. We are now well into a period where for the third time in the last 6 months, the TSA workers are not getting paid. And, you know, in late 2025, they didn't get paid for 43 days. If I didn't pay people in this office for 43 days, there would be an uprising, as there should be. Yet, we are just trying to point fingers at one side or the other and say, well, if you're a Democrat, it's the Republicans' fault. And if you're a Republican, it's the Democrats' fault. And what's going to happen is that you expect to win because your side will prevail. Well, there's still going to be half of Congress that's going to disagree with the other side no matter what. So things are not getting done. They are not capable as a body of compromising. And so what do? Are we just going to sit back and say, well, you know, TSA workers aren't getting paid. There aren't enough air traffic controllers. What happened at LaGuardia? Apparently, this guy had to do 2 jobs at the same time because of the staffing shortage. So, you know, at what point do we finally rise up? Are we not at that point now? $39 trillion in debt. That's where we are. That's what our government has done for us. $39 trillion in debt. Multiple government shutdowns. It wasn't this way all the time. It just wasn't. And, you know, Congress is quick to go on recess and, you know, they're acting like, oh my God, we're so put out, we worked on Sunday. Well, yeah, you haven't gotten your job done. And so there are people in Congress who, you know, everybody likes, or at least people in their district generally like. And if everybody says, okay, we'll just keep electing the people we like, it's not going to change. And there are going to be other strikes, and there are going to be other times when the government shuts down, and there will be more of a shortage of critical workers like air traffic controllers, and there are going to be calamities as a result of this. At what point do we try and prevent further calamities? Or are we just going to sit back and say, you know, what happens, happens? It's our country. It's not their country, it's our country. And they're not doing the right job. I am old enough to know that for many, many decades, Congress was able to compromise. They were able to get things done. They no longer can. So why not throw everybody out, even the people you like, to send a message that we are not going to accept anybody who can't make deals? Because that's what Washington is all about. When you've got opposing sides, you've got to come together and compromise. This group can't do it anymore, or it's become so toxic that they can't. So we need to reset things and tell them, we're going to throw everybody out. And the people who come in, we're putting you on notice that if you don't do what we expected the other people to do, we're going to throw you out too. How else do we regain power? Or are we just going to sit back and say, you know, what happens, happens until there's a terrible calamity or two or three, and you know what I'm talking about, and then all of a sudden people open their eyes. Why are we waiting for that to happen? Out with their asses. OWTA. It's the only way this is going to change. And if you think I'm crazy or stupid for saying this, come up with a better idea.
We got some OWTAs in the chat. We got get them out of here.
Am I wrong, guys?
Term limits for all. Somebody said, now you're starting to sound like Talia.
I mean, term limits. Okay, so while they're in, they still aren't. It's about making deals. They've got to compromise, and it's not about vilifying the other side. Mm-hmm. And yeah, maybe one side is disgusting. I think each side thinks the other is disgusting. Yeah. But at some point, you got to figure this out, because right now, you've got TSA agents who aren't getting paid, and they got to put food on the table. How are they doing that? Yeah. Do we care about that? And we have a shortage of air traffic controllers, and you know what's going to happen there. And there's antiquated equipment, and that's going to lead to something. There are extension cords in some control towers. That's just crazy. Yeah, keeping things, so somebody trips over an extension cord and radar goes out. I mean, they've talked, and air traffic controllers have talked about radar going out. I mean, who's running this government? How is this? And everybody is so sanctimonious. It's like, oh, it's their fault. You know, I am so sick of John Thune and Chuck Schumer pointing at each other sanctimoniously, because neither are getting it done. And so, out with their asses, as far as I'm concerned.
Fair enough.
There, I've said it.
Antonio said there's also censorship on Instagram and TikTok, so it's even harder to get through your ideas to anybody.
Well, I don't know that they're censoring this, but...
Well, maybe not this, but they're flagging
I don't know that they're not taking this seriously. Yeah. But I'm telling you, been around long enough, it wasn't this way all the time. It wasn't this way until 20 years ago, and then it started getting really bad, and now it's impossible. And just listening to them yap about the other people being responsible is bullshit. They're all responsible. They're all responsible.
Sammy Joe, you absolutely aren't wrong. I too remember when this was rare. Now it's the norm for them not to approve a budget. If we need to move some money out of the military budget, do it.
It's the norm.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. I'm so sick of this.
A lot of seafood being bought, not a lot of laws being passed. It's the political lobby industrial complex.
When you say a lot of seafood being... I'm not blaming this on Republicans or Democrats. I'm blaming it on both of them. All of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Clean house. You've heard that expression, clean house?
Yeah.
Clean house.
If you vote all of them out, who do you propose?
Well, you've got to, I mean, what we've got to figure out. There are other candidates running. And I'm not saying it's ideal, but we're in desperate shape.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, we can't use American workers
as
hostages.
And we need to listen. Was it Thomas Jefferson who said a little revolution now and then is a good thing? Well, this is the time.
Fair enough.
We got to revolt.
There's a lot of good cop, bad cop going on.
It's bad cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
It is bad cop. I'm so sick of this. And I watched it. I watched all weekend. And I'm so sick of listening to these whiny politicians who are blaming it on the other side. It's all of your fault. It's
a little rebellion.
A little rebellion. A little revolution, a little rebellion. It's the same thing.
Same shit, different toilet. Somebody said you should start doing a show on candidates to look for.
Well, the problem is you got to take this seriously in order to do that. And I don't know, people are, we had I forgot, we had a congressperson on who said, oh, they really totally patronized me, saying, oh, it's a really good idea, but it's never going to work. Nobody's going to do that. They're going to always vote for the person they like. So it was just patronizing me. You got to take radical steps to fix this.
Yeah. I agree.
I'm so sick of this.
Somebody said, What needs to change is society. How can we possibly tell other countries what they should be doing when ours is so messed up?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Thank you, God, for weed to deal with the chaos of the world.
And by the way, you know, we're still the best country in the world. But the problem is we were so much better, you know, in so many ways. I mean, in some ways, you know, we've made real strides. I mean, we've made strides with equality. You know, it's not perfect, but we have definitely made strides. But in terms of our political infrastructure, it's a freaking mess and doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm really upset about this, and I've been wanting to talk about this all weekend.
Maria G said, we have more than 2 parties in Canada. You guys need more.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's like, it's not about parties as much as it is our expectations. You know, how do you run a government that's $39 trillion in debt? It's like mind-boggling that it's like they're playing Monopoly, that they're not serious people. Yeah, they say they're serious people, but they're not.
They're not.
I mean, they're shutting the government down. They're not paying critical workers. Just digging us a hole for, you know, generations to come in terms of debt. And
Yeah.
I'm so sick of this.
6ix9ine said, we're barely a country, too divided and now hated by the world for it.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that is. Countries run on debt. Can you ever get out of a debt like this? Like, how do you even?
There are states that have reversed things. Yeah, of course you can. It's called being prudent. I mean, you've got a budget. The word budget means limits, right? Budget means you have to operate within limits. So how do you just say, screw the budget? And that's what we've done. You know, yeah, there's a budget, but we're not really going to care about it that much.
Yeah.
Come on.
Not good.
Sorry for venting to you guys.
No,
but,
they love it.
no, but it's like I'm so sick of this. I am so sick of this. Get this on Twitter. I want to just piss them off.
Should we do you want to tag any politicians?
No, all of them. You know, it's like all of them.
All right, fair enough.
All of them.
Yeah.
And I like my congressman. I actually, I think he does
Who's
a
your
good.
congressman?
I don't want to say because,
right.
I like him, but I'm willing to sacrifice him.
That's fair.
I like him, but I'm willing to sacrifice him.
Yep.
And he's a good guy. But at the same time, I haven't seen him leading a charge to figure out a real solution to this. And I know the Democrats say, oh, the Republicans just won't, you know, and then the other side says, well, oh no, we're not going to move ICE out. I get it.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out, guys.
Somebody said, if you're a hater, move to another country. But I think it's quite the opposite.
I'm not a hater.
You should love your country so much that you want to change it.
I'm not a hater. I want it to be functional.
Yeah.
And okay, if you're a hater, tell that to the TSA agent that hasn't been paid.
Yeah.
Is it a hater to say they should be paid? How's that? Is that being a hater that, gee, people who work for a living should get their paycheck? I mean, is that a high concept?
Yeah. And a lot of
Is
people...
it a high concept that we are looking at air traffic controllers who have fled because they can't deal with this anymore? And our airline system is in peril. You know,
True
it's
that.
like the lines are terrible, but safety... You know, when
That's
you're doing two
everything.
jobs at once, do you hear the audio from LaGuardia?
Yeah, terrible.
The guy's running ground control, air control.
No bueno. Just like, gotta fight for what we believe in.
I'm. Ugh.
Yep.
Anyway, that's. Good morning.
Just a little Monday
I've
message.
been wanting to talk about this for 2 days.
Well, it's good to get it out.
Feel better.
Good. I'm glad we could. Sammy Joe said, maybe the TSA folks should, if they walk off the job, see what gets done. That would be a.
Yeah, and then. Then what? And
Exactly.
then ICE is going to do screening, and boy, if I were somebody who wanted to do bad things and I knew ICE that had no training was doing that, what would I do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maria G
This is
said-
really bad, guys.
Yeah, that is true. It's not
It's
good.
really, really bad.
Feeling super optimistic. Well, the good thing is we can change.
Well, that's what I'm suggesting, but nobody's taking this seriously. Oh, well.
We'll leave you with that thought, folks.
Well, we're not leaving them.
Well, no, but you know what I meant. Can't do anything right.
No,
Yes.
no.
Well, we were talking a lot about this morning about obviously the LaGuardia
Yeah.
stuff. We were talking
Well,
a
that's
lot
kind of
about.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about also the Chappell Roan stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. If you don't want to be famous, then leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, people are gonna come up to you and want to talk to you and like look at you.
I mean, there should be limits.
Of course.
There should be limits. But honestly, if somebody's in a restaurant, in a hotel,
And like walks by and
and
looks
then
at you.
somebody else is in that hotel staying there, what right do you have to start blocking off areas of a public restaurant
Yeah.
where both of you are staying there? That person's money is as good as yours.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, Shady Ducky said, we just need a leader.
We need everything.
I know.
We need everything.
What is your if you were to run for any kind of office, what kind of position would you want to hold?
I wouldn't now. And I always
Really?
wanted to. Yeah, I always wanted to. I always thought I was going to run for Congress, you know, and when I was doing news in LA. And I thought when Henry Waxman's seat comes up, I'm going to run for it. I would never do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, why? It's like high school.
It is very
It's very
cliquey like that.
It is.
Yeah. Lots of drama.
And
Agreed.
and nothing gets done. Are they on recess this week? Because I know they were talking about it, that the Senate was going on. Are they on recess?
Somebody
That was the talk yesterday.
really? Back to Chappell Roan.
I'm
Somebody said,
sorry.
Don't apologize. People want to hear.
I'm in such a sour mood over this.
Great, and I'm excited to deal with that for the rest of today.
Well, not about that. I mean,
I know.
Everybody's doing good here.
Great.
They're doing, you know,
Good.
getting the job done.
We're running a smooth ship. So we said, this is what happens. The good people don't want to be a part of the circus. Where it's like, you could be a great political candidate, but you don't want to, you're too level-headed to get involved in this mumbo-jumbo crap.
No, I know, but we got to change that. We've got to change that.
Recess next week?
Oh, so they can take their kids on spring break as the TSA agents are losing their apartments.
Oh, good. I'm flying home for Passover.
Huh?
Supposed to fly that week.
Huh? But next week they go on break.
So should I cancel my flight, or what's up with that? Yeah.
I'd like to get
No bueno.
pictures of all the congressmen on the beach somewhere drinking a margarita as the TSA agents are sitting there
Don't
on
get
day
paid.
40 without pay. I'd love to get those pictures next week, just to
Yeah.
show this is where we are right now.
Yeah. Makes you not feel good. Yeah. Oh, somebody said Houston is a spring break madhouse this year. A lot of.
Houston?
Yeah, the rodeo.
Oh.
But they have a new dress code for the rodeo. But yeah, come on.
You can go.
Yeah, you got it. There's a new dress code this year for the rodeo because people were wearing really short shorts and really inappropriate clothing.
Daisy Dukes.
A step like a jong, like a jean thong, a jong. They're called. The kids are
Is that what
calling
they're
it.
called?
Yeah, jongs. And now there's a whole dress code because so many people are going on spring break and dressing like it's Miami.
Oh, it's 10:54?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was just chopping it up with my friend here.
I was just talking with our friends.
What do you want for lunch?
Okay. It's a choice between a mushroom burger
Ooh, yum.
or tortilla soup with
Good
chicken.
choices. Mushroom burger or tortilla soup.
I don't know what they're going to pick,
Me neither.
but we'll see.
Those are good options.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go, folks. It's always a good morning when you start with the Harvey rant. We haven't gotten a good Harvey rant in a while. We needed that one.
Feel better.
Yeah, good.
Do we all feel better?
No,
Well,
I actually feel worse.
I want
but...
to inspire them. I want to inspire our friends. Not well. It's not well.
Well, have faith.
Maybe it's like, you know, there's this song, One Voice, and you just got to keep talking.
Yeah.
Well, because
What in the up with people are you talking about?
all it takes is one voice. And what
That's
if
from Warriors
and what if
Who?
somebody latches onto this
Even one
and
person.
it becomes a thing?
Sure.
So far it hasn't.
Today could be the day it changes.
Could.
I think that lesson comes out of Horton Hears a Who. One voice, no matter how small.
One love.
What is that?
I'm actually serious about this, though.
Yeah, that's a step too far. One love. Love.
yeah.
What's anything about love? I just want them out.
I'm curious who else is like running, what candidates there are who
Well,
are
I mean, listen,
normal.
there are districts where there are qualified candidates and districts where there aren't. But I'm just saying, we got to have a radical shift. Okay, or you want to just wait another 2 years, because you know what? With the way things are going, what's it going to be like 2 years from now? Because once this election's over, we have to wait 2 years. And what's going to happen in the next 2 years? If you see the trajectory of what's going on now, you know, right now, how's life working out for everybody with, you know, the cost of living and medical care and, you know, just the vile political, you know, just the winds are just horrible. So what's it going to be like in 2 years from now?
heinous.
I mean, how bad can it get? It can get worse. And is there going to be tragedy as a result of all of this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So do we want to just say, well, we're not really locked and loaded to do it this time, so we'll wait another 2 years? What do you think is going to happen 2 years from now? How's America going to be? We got to make a change.
I concur. My guess was $6.
Would you be a TSA agent right now?
No.
I know somebody who is looking for a job who had struggles and was actually a pilot and had all sorts of struggles and is unemployed and just went through rehab. And I suggested to a friend of this person, what about becoming a TSA agent? And they said, well, he's got to get paid. And that was the response. And that's the way people think of TSA agents now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they haven't got paid half the time. This third time they haven't been paid in 6 months.
That's
Would you take a job like that? Would you take a job like that?
Hell no.
Honestly.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no.
Anakin, what if I told you, you know, we're going to change our accounting practices. So go to Anakin for a second. Yeah. And so you're not going to get paid for 5 weeks.
I'd be like, Harvey, if that's your call.
You're going to get the money. You'll
Harvey,
eventually
if
get
that's-
it. At the end of the 5 weeks,
Right.
you'll get all of that pay, but you're just going to get it after 5 weeks.
No,
Trust us.
I don't know anyone in
But
their
don't
right
you
mind.
remember
who
when Trump had actually said at one point, people who walked off the job wouldn't get back pay, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
So
that didn't pan out when you're talking about the
it
last
didn't pan out, but he
shutdown.
threatened it.
Right.
So what would you do if I said to you, dude, I'm not going to pay you for the next 5 weeks?
I don't know anyone in their right mind who would say, okay. Frankly, I don't.
Would you quit?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
I mean, it depends on the work, right? But a TSA agent it's not like they're creating something.
They make
It's not,
like
you know, it's
$35,000, $40,000 a year.
Like, you have to survive. That's a non-negotiable.
They are living month to month, hand to mouth. And you say to somebody who's barely making it, we're not going to pay you for 2 weeks, it's cataclysmic for them.
And it's not even like they're not doing
So what's
anything
our...
that they're not getting paid. It's people way above them who they have virtually no control over. And they're the ones making the decision.
Why is Congress getting paid? Why are they getting money when
Yeah.
they can't keep the government
Every time
open?
there's a shutdown, I
They
say
should.
this.
we
They should
There
get.
would be no shutdown if their salaries were connected to it.
That's true.
That's how.
That is true.
Absolutely.
My guess was
But
$6.
you need them to change that law, and
And they won't do it.
They won't.
What are we doing?
Right behind you, Brandon.
D1.
Baker.
We have a guest?
He answered. Oh, he might be up.
Oh, right.
He might be up.
He answered.
Yeah, as soon as he, if
Is
he answers,
TSA
we should do it
unionized?
now.
No, right? Messed up.
Can I just be on standby? Our guest can just go up. But if not, we're gonna come to you. But you just wait for now.
Well, why don't we just get A1 done up to the interview? Because we got to do that.
Because if he's not going to do it, which is a possibility,
Well, that's true.
it's just
Good
to make
answer.
a difference how we go through
Good answer.
all of it,
Good answer.
whether he's going to be on or not.
Okay, where, do you have him or not?
That's what it's sounding like.
What?
Do you want to get him on the phone?
Have Harvey
You want to send in the closer?
Harvey talk to him.
Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Oh, God.
You want me to talk to him?
Can Harvey? Yeah, can Harvey?
Yeah, where are you talking to him?
Transfer him to... What's going on, guys?
All right. Hey, Harvey will be right back. He's just stepping out for an important business call. Oh, he's going back. You know, it's always something around here. You never know. Hey, Twanda, you look fabulous. Get in here.
Out flowers. The fires.
No, it's Devin's stinky food. Yeah. Somebody said some people are waiting 4 hours. You just flew back.
Very blessed. Very blessed. I left out of LAX, breezed through, but I will say this. I was not smart. I knew that I had a flight, and I kept checking Twitter, and it said that LAX was cool. So my flight in real time, like, and people are like posting like what the lines
You
look like.
get what you get. If
So,
you're relying on
there
Twitter
was no lines
to
on
determine
Twitter.
whether or not there's... Okay.
It said LAX was clear, so my flight boarded at 4:10.
And you
I left
arrived
my
at 40.
house at 3:30. But I live 8 minutes away, and that's also how I knew because I had put in the LAX, and it never went up past 10 minutes. I'm
So
like,
you
great.
just assumed you could, like, just walk
Schmooze
in
on
and just...
in.
Got there about 4 o'clock, 4:02. Board at 4:10.
Flight boarded at
Bored,
4:10.
and I'm in group 5, so it's
But
fine.
it doesn't matter. If the flight... You know that
Tawanda.
they can give away your seat
I was
15
checked
minutes
in.
before. Doesn't matter.
I was checked in.
If you're not there...
How do they know if you're not
15
there?
minutes before, they can give away your seat.
Well, luckily, when we pull into the airport, my heart instantly dropped because Terminal 1 had a line out the door and around the corner. I was like, oh, shit. Ain't gonna make... I was like to the Uber driver, can I just change the destination back to my house? Because I'm not gonna make this flight. We actually pulled off to go, like, just a shortcut in
Yeah,
Terminal
it's
7. No one. Breezed right through, five minutes.
Wow.
Boom, clear.
God, I'm jealous of that.
And then on the way back from Austin, it was very much the same. Very
Somebody said
clear.
Tawanda's living dangerously.
That was very dangerous. I don't know why I did that.
I mean, I'm
And this time, because I always travel like
known
that,
by
but
everyone I know knows that I arrive. I get to the gate
When
when
it's time to board.
when they call my boarding group.
same.
It's generally when I
I'm
get
not trying
there.
to linger in the airport.
And I'm not saying it's a good thing.
It's not, but I should have known better in this situation when people are
But
like
in this
waiting 5
situation-
hours and gas is up and TSA agents aren't at the job, you know. I did thank every TSA agent I walked by. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
I know,
service.
I'm supposed to fly next week.
Where are you going? Atlanta?
No, I'm going back home to
Man.
LaGuardia.
Y'all some
Ooh, maybe,
traveling
yeah.
motherfuckers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good about that.
Just got back from vacation. Slopes?
Oh, it didn't?
Slopes?
That was a long time. It was like a month
2
ago.
months ago. A month ago.
Do you think my flight will get canceled?
No,
Because no
God.
offense, I
Relax.
really like you guys, but I really want to go home.
She needs to go home.
I was at the mall. Do you have
Just go. What? Ain't nobody
Going
holding
to
you.
LaGuardia. Are they going to be up and
Just
running?
go.
Well, I'm gonna try. Just gonna get up and
That's a
fly
good
the plane
sign.
myself.
Good sign.
That
I feel like
But-
I could probably.
Paris.
How hard can it be?
He's He's
to
doing
fly
the
a plane.
cell.
I can also tell you right now.
I could probably do it.
Are we getting back there for 4 minutes?
Give me one drink and I could fly any commercial.
He's getting
jet.
over trying to.
Clip this and post that and tag Delta. Delta, give me one margarita in the airport bar and I can fly
Evan's
any of
eating?
your jets.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Delta should let me fly the plane.
Why? Oh, you're flying Delta?
No,
You said, why are you flying to
I just,
LaGuardia?
I don't worry. I just show up
Well, why are you flying to LaGuardia?
because JFK's under so much construction.
Oh shit, LaGuardia is about to be under.
Yeah.
Well,
Too
what is it-
small. They don't
so
fly
what?
direct.
Oh, they don't fly direct.
Not. I have to stop in Cleveland
Yeah,
and then I
that's the
go
other
to
thing. is that's-
Boston. I
because you
loop
can't
around.
fly direct to LaGuardia.
Yes, I can.
From where?
I'm flying to JFK. Whew.
What?
I'm flying Delta from LAX to JFK.
Oh.
And here's
yeah.
my flight number if
That's
any of
why
you
I
guys
thought-
want to catch me in the airport.
So you know this. There's no direct flight from LAX to
LaGuardia?
LaGuardia.
I didn't know that.
They don't because the runway's too short. They have to.
Too short?
You have to be on a smaller plane.
Huh.
Generally speaking,
Well, I can't
can't fly anything
afford.
bigger than a 737.
I can't afford to purchase flights, so I just have my mom book them for me when I go home. So I have no idea what airline I'm flying. Right, Charles? This guy
Anyway.
gets it.
There's nothing wrong with that. My
Anyway.
parents still buy me flights too. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I'm like, I want to go home for
I'm going
Passover.
home. I'm going home to see
It's a
them
high
this
holy
weekend.
Jewish holiday.
Are there any
I'm going through a
adults
breakup, so
in
they
the
felt
room?
bad
I
and they
pay
want
my
to
own
spend time
rent.
with
I
me.
pay my gas.
Oh
I
my
pay everything.
God. What?
Yeah, they said I'm here by myself and I'm going through a breakup, so we're gonna go to dinner. And they bought me a plane ticket.
I'm sorry.
San Antonio. Thanks, Talia.
I love
God
San
bless your
Antonio. There's a
parents,
good
man.
airport there.
God bless your parents. I just.
And I went to Austin for a book club meeting, and my dad drove up from yesterday, and he took me to Topgolf and took me to brunch, got me some drinks.
And you just walked around with sad face all weekend, like.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad.
Love you, big guy.
Then you got on a plane like, woo!
Somebody said,
Got the whole row to myself.
somebody said, Charles, just walk away. I can see a headache starting to form.
Yes.
If
That
Charles,
is
if Charles
accurate.
had nieces, he'd buy them.
First of
plane
all,
tickets.
I do have nieces.
You don't buy them plane tickets?
They're too young to fly.
Oh, exactly. Because he would spoil them.
Sure.
For sure.
If Hobbs was a person and he moved
Don't get me
away,
wrong. Listen, it's
Wouldn't
not that
you
I
fly
don't.
them out?
Doing it
It's
every
not that I
all
don't
the time.
spoil my nieces and nephews, but I don't like. If my nephew said to me, "Oh, I'm going through a breakup," I wouldn't be like,
Come
"Hey,
to
man,
LA.
come let me fly out here."
then maybe
Mom,
you don't love
no, I
him enough.
wouldn't.
I think you would.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, "Hey, man, get back in the game. That's it."
It's different for men then. If your niece,
maybe that's why they don't want to hang out with you all the time.
So I just interviewed the
Good morning.
He's
So you got some info.
Harvey, mic down. Another Thor
Ronnie.
picture.
Ronnie.
Oh, he's
So-
a baby.
lost my booking.
Wow. Look how little. I'm gonna meet him when I go home. My blood-related sibling. I love that he has to wear a little bell because he's so tiny. Oh, he's so cute. Going home for the holidays. And exactly, this guy gets it. Going home, coming back, slacking off, going right to Coachella, coming back. Me and my roommates made a shared calendar so we know when everything's kind of happening. So after Coachella, I think Georgia's going to Nebraska. So we got a lot on our plate for the month of April. I don't have a free weekend. I don't, yeah, it's a lot of fun over here. Oh, somebody said, oh, Thor looks like he's gonna step on his own ears. He does. Oh my God, wait, I have to show you guys this video of him. Holy crap. First of all, he's delicious and perfect, obviously. But it was really windy in New York. And he's flying, look at his ears. He's flying away. Literally the wind blows and he's so little that his ears just straight up. Oh my God, are you kidding me? We need to get him like ankle weights for like the tips of his ears or something. He literally,
Those ears to die.
he's like Dumbo.
Those ears.
And he has little cankles and his little bell, and he's so cute. And he has a little sling bag that we put him in. He's so cute, yeah, baby.
Okay.
All right, back to serious news.
Yeah, and he said, I don't want to be recorded. Then I said, no, he. So when I say that, yeah, well, let's get that done. Do you have any other guests? Yes.
I've been told,
have a
right?
lot, and we think that the video is great, and we think this, but we've been told to not do interviews, not do media. He said he's coming in a month and probably wants to do lunch.
Okay, that doesn't do any good for us. Hey, can you find my phone?
You should have lunch date.
Here we go.
Mushroom burger.
So what are we going to first?
There's no video of this
There's
thing?
video of the mom.
Sorry.
Okay.
Jorginho? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he did?
He did.
He
Yeah.
shoved both him and the bike. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Without your fans, you would be nothing, and to the fans, you'd.
No, let's do the first one because.
Yeah. Catherine. Mom's name.
Hey, Jim,
Cat Cavelli.
I just want to make sure. I don't know when they started recording, but
Cat Cavelli, and the little girl is.
after I said we're recording, that's where there are 3 different elements. So back time it from the last 3. From the last one. Okay. Here we go.
Chappell Roan's interaction with a fan has sparked an international incident because this fan happens to be the daughter of some pretty famous people down in Brazil, where Chappell was performing at Lollapalooza.
Do you think that's relevant?
I think it's the only reason that Chappell is responding to this whole
Maybe
thing.
so, maybe
because
so.
normally we know how Chappell feels about. She doesn't want to be bothered by fans. What happened down in Sao Paulo, where she was getting ready to perform this show, she was at her hotel having breakfast, sitting in the hotel restaurant, I guess, and the little girl walks by, an 11-year-old. Now, the 11-year-old, her name is Ada Law. She is the stepdaughter of Jorginho, a very popular Brazilian soccer star, and Cat Cavelli, who is a singer, also famous.
Mm-hmm.
So they.
How'd they get the name Law?
Because Jude Law is her birth father.
Exactly.
Right. So Ada Law walks by the table. Story goes, Jorginho says that his daughter, stepdaughter, simply walked past the singer's table, looked to confirm it was her, smiled, and went back to sit with her mom. She didn't say anything, didn't ask for anything. A large security guard came over and began speaking in an extremely aggressive manner to both my wife and my daughter, saying that she shouldn't allow my daughter to disrespect or harass other people. Chappell Roan, without your fans, you would be nothing. And to the fans, she does not deserve your affection.
So initially, Chappell's responded by saying, not her security. That is weird to me, but here's what she said.
I'm just going to tell my half of the story of what happened today with a mother and child who were involved with a security guard who is not my personal security. I didn't even see a woman and a child. Like, no one came up to me. No one bothered me. I did not ask the security guard to go up and talk to this mother and child. They did not come up to me. They weren't doing anything. I do not hate people who are fans of my music. I do not hate children. Like, that is crazy. I'm sorry to the mother and child that someone was assuming something, that you would do something, and that if you felt uncomfortable, that makes me really sad. You did not deserve that.
So she is co-signing on what the daughter said, which is, I did nothing other than to look. Right. So she's saying that she never bothered me. Right. Now the question is,
so
who
are
was the
these
security guards?
Right.
And it's weird to me that hotel security, and look, I'm just trying to be rational here. It's weird that hotel security would go up to guests because the child looked, and Chappell's even saying all she did was look, and berate them. That's just weird to me.
It's strange.
I don't think it's that weird. I think that if
I've never seen it in a hotel ever.
Right, but if it's this huge festival, right, and there's probably other artists also staying at this hotel, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and maybe that security guard, whether it's hotel or otherwise, knew who Chappell was and that she had a lot of, incidents with fans or autograph seekers.
Chappell didn't do anything.
Chappell said the girl did nothing.
No,
Right.
no, but still, if you're hyper-vigilant
nothing.
as a security guard that this
With an
artist
11-year-old?
doesn't want people bothering them,
Like,
obviously
an
what they did was
11-year-old
wrong.
walks by twice, and you're going to be like, hey, everyone, on alert, on alert.
But wait a
Yeah, I
minute.
mean, it's
Well, wait a
crazy,
minute.
but...
But you're saying that they don't want people bothering Chappell.
Right.
Chappell said she wasn't bothering me. Chappell said she didn't do anything
Yeah, but
wrong.
the security guard
She didn't
doesn't
even
know
know.
that. The security guard is like, oh my God, this person is going to bother her, and we don't want a whole incident here, so let me go say
but the
something.
security guard walked up and said, you were harassing her.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the question is, would hotel security be that aggressive where even Chappell says the girl didn't do anything?
It's also Brazil, and in Brazil, I don't know, it's like infamous for like fans in Brazil are very, very passionate, and a lot of stuff.
Right, but she wasn't. That's the thing.
Well,
it happened after the fact.
I'm just saying, I think
Something doesn't
preemptively,
add
people
up.
might be
It
a
just doesn't-
little. I believe that it wasn't her security for two reasons. First of all, she never really responds like this to anything.
Well, that's because Dad has 5 million followers,
know
and
if
she's
that's-
in
I
Brazil.
think- you know what, I think-
And if Jorginho says something in Brazil, suddenly it blows up.
I think,
Which he
though,
did.
that it's not
Right.
because of the famous parents. Maybe that plays a part. I think it's because it's a fan, and Chappell is transparent that she loves her fans. It's the autograph seekers
long
and
as
the
they don't talk to her.
paparazzi and people like that
She
she
loves
has
her
a
fans,
problem
just don't
with.
talk to me.
No, it's not the fans.
Cheer for me
it's
at
the
my-
people
cheer
that
for
are
me at my
trying to make
concert.
money off of her and exploit her, not her fans. Because then all these fans are posting stories online of saying, I've met Chappell and she's very sweet to me. And she even says in that video that she loves her fans.
She may, but she's got a reputation for just being angry. I remember, especially autograph seekers.
Yeah, angry for autograph seekers, for sure.
Let's say it was hotel security, which they're warned she's going to go off if it's a fan who goes, and then
Well,
they just
that makes sense. They would have been.
overreact.
Yeah,
Could
exactly.
be. By the way, Kat, mom, she was not buying Chappell's version of it. She said, I was there, and I know it was actually Chappell's security.
How?
So 100% this security guard was not a security guard of the hotel. I don't know if it was her personal security guard, but he was with her. Did she send him to do it? Again, I don't know. Look, I would like to hope not, but at the same time, I think that you have a responsibility when you are a celebrity to make sure, I guess, that the people that work for you and that act on your behalf are acting on your behalf. I hope that maybe if it wasn't her, that she learns to not allow the people that work for her to treat people like this. And yeah.
Hi, I'm Kayla Maya Fisher from San Diego, California. And first of all, I just want to say The only reason Chappell is responding to the situation is because of who the parents are, and I just think that's 100% facts. Second of all, the security guard definitely overdid it in the situation, being that this was an 11-year-old girl just walking over to the table. He did not have to go over there and berate the mother and daughter for what she did. Okay, the daughter did nothing wrong except look, so he did not have to do all that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Listen, look for TMZ Investigates Breakfast with Chappell coming soon. Yeah, you trim a little bit.
She's always finding herself in these kinds of situations.
Guys, I think that segment needs to be trimmed up. We talked a lot in the middle without going anywhere.
Yeah.
So I would get to the mom sooner.
Yep.
And
the mom was too long, too.
Also, cut down the song.
Are we ready for A1? Hey, Jim, were you able to do that? Got it.
What?
Okay.
Uh-oh. There's trouble in paradise, and by paradise, I mean the mushroom burger.
What?
Boy.
What did they say?
You say food,
you're
and
gonna
you
have
get
the
him
mushroom burger,
it's like
but you may have to make some adjustments.
Why?
I do believe there's beets.
Oh!
I know.
What do you mean
Like
beets?
a 6-month-old baby. I don't like beets. I love beets.
We'll take the beet out.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like a wet
like nothing.
It's
Don't
like
say
a
that
wet
tea is
potato.
like nothing.
No, take the beets
It tastes
out.
like something.
It's like a wet potato.
Harvey, what do the beet taste like?
They don't taste good.
Beets are awful.
I love beets.
They don't taste good, and
never had
everything.
A beet and goat cheese salad.
Gross. Ugh.
Yeah, I got the palate of a
You're
6-month-old.
a monster.
I don't think 6-month-old like
That's what made you decide I was a monster?
No, there were other things before.
All right.
beets.
Beets.
Beets remind me of the show Doug.
This is really interesting. This guy's beat up, too. He really got hit. He's got a big... No, he's got...
I know. We saw it.
He was crying.
I know.
Cried on the phone. That's how I was like. Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
upset.
Huh?
He was not crying.
He was.
Yeah, he was. He cried
He
on the phone
absolutely
with
was.
me too. Yeah.
He absolutely was.
Suddenly
I
he's been
think
crying all day.
part of it is he really didn't realize who this guy was.
He said he had no idea.
And now I think he's concerned about.
Well, no, he stood his ground, and he said this guy is just a menace in the neighborhood, and that he zooms around in this thing, and he said he went back and forth twice, and the third time is when he stopped, or one of those.
The issue is, I don't know if he said this to you.
He said he pushed him on the motorcycle. He said he admitted to that.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, I think there's a lot of kids in this neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh yeah, no, he was upset.
They're gonna hit a kid.
They could hit a kid. Yeah. No, he was absolutely. You'll hear this.
And I don't know if he told you this, but he said to me that he's an experienced rider himself. Like he has a
He
motorcycle.
has like 5 motorcycles. He's actually going on a
I don't know. He
cross-country
said that, but you can
trip.
say that.
And
He's going on a cross-country trip from Denver to Texas like next week.
wow.
But he said the only issue with this motorcycle is that the guy would go 60 miles per hour in a 25 miles.
Yeah.
zone.
He's just
That's
very
the only issue.
I would be upset. I would be upset with that too.
And he said he always revs his engine, and he hates when people give motorcycle riders a bad stereotype. Like we should be like safe riders. He doesn't want this happening in.
Well, he also
not
doesn't
only
want
his
to kill
neighborhood,
somebody.
but any neighborhood.
How close are you? Because we can move on to another segment.
It's processing.
Okay. Well, why don't we just start?
Yeah, we could start.
Here we go. Alan
Because we're
Ritchson.
Ritchson.
Okay.
Alan Ritchson.
Okay.
Ron Taylor.
Okay. Welcome to TMZ Live. If you have seen Reacher, you know who Alan Ritchson is, and he is a badass. And he showed that in a very colorful way in Tennessee over the weekend when he beat the crap out of a neighbor.
Right. This is not a scene from Reacher you're seeing here. This is just in his neighborhood, a Nashville suburb, and the guy in blue is a neighbor named Ronnie Taylor, and you can see that Alan Ritchson is bigger than most people he's going to come across.
He's huge. Look at him.
A huge guy, but it's all over those motorcycles.
Look at Alan without the helmet and everything. We're going to show him to you in a second as you watch this, because there is a lot of anger here, you can see.
And that neighbor, Ronnie, walking off there, battered. Certainly you saw the punches that that Alan was throwing.
But not scared because
Not
he turned
scared,
around.
Because he did go back to him and wanted to make his point. And that's really what this all comes down to, is a neighbor who's angry with what he sees as reckless behavior by Alan Ritchson on his motorcycle. By the way, the two other people on the motorcycles, those are Alan's sons who were riding with him on Sunday around noon when this happened.
So this was brewing for at least a couple of days. I spoke to Ronnie. We were going to have him on TMZ Live today. Didn't want to go on the show, but he did talk to me a few minutes ago and kind of laid out what happened. Cops to being aggressive at a point, but he says there is a reason because he reached a boiling point. When I say look at Alan, just show a shirtless picture of this guy, how big he is. Yeah, yeah.
It started on Saturday morning and I'm an experienced motorcycle rider. I've been riding bikes all my life. So, you know, from dirt bikes to street bikes and etc. But I'd heard this incestuous revving and speeding through our neighborhood of the motorcycle. I eventually saw the guy on Saturday. I didn't know who it was. And I sort of like flippantly sort of said, "Guy, do you, like he was quite a way." And I said, "Can you just slow it down, please?" And then there are numerous people in my neighborhood who caught all of this on Ring doorbells of him speeding through the neighborhood. And on Sunday, when I was cleaning my bike outside my house, he rode past once, twice, and on the second time, I walked out in front of him and I said, "You've got to stop. Someone's going to get hurt." And it escalated quite quickly from there. I did push him because he was coming towards me on his bike. He did it again for a second time. I pushed him a second time. And I think the second time he got off his bike and it kicked the crap out of me. And you can see he hit me in the back of my head. I went to the ground and covered myself. And I don't want any malice with it. I don't even know the guy. I just don't want people riding around neighborhoods at excessive speeds and high-power bikes, which they clearly don't know how to ride. You can see the way he picked the bike up by the throttle, and it zipped across the lawn. So, you know, too many people get hurt and killed on motorcycles for people to ignore it. So I just said to myself, you know, someone's got to stop this guy. Again, I didn't know who it was. So I went out and I stood in front of him. Yes, I stood there and said, "You've got to stop." And there was an altercation from there. And I did put my hands on his bike or him and said, "You've got to stop because someone's going to get hurt. And it's enough's enough." I've had such a day today. And I don't wish the guy any malice or ill will, but we just don't need people riding through neighborhoods like this. And I just decided, you know, I'm going to take a stand because someone else has to, because it's going to end up way worse than it could have.
So he really did cop to what he did.
Right.
And, you know, from his point of view, it is somebody in the neighborhood who is riding recklessly, speeding.
Yeah. So I think, you know, Ronnie thinks that he had good reason to take the action that he took. And I think Alan Ritchson thinks he had good reason to take the action he took because someone else got physical with him first.
There's no crime here. It's mutual combat.
Right. Now, by the way, the police did come out.
See, look at that. That's what
he's right there. I was trying to understand what happened, but the way Ronnie describes it, he just unknowingly picked up the bike by the throttle.
He was just in a rage, it looks like.
But look, so Ronnie did call the police after all of this. The police came out, they took a report, and officially they tell us they are investigating.
And nothing's going to happen.
It seems like what's going to come of this is mutual combat, neighbor dispute, and they keep it moving.
There is a point of, you know, when you are living in a neighborhood, especially with kids, and you are going fast, and that's what he's saying, and he's saying the neighbors saw it too. If that's the case, that's how neighborhood feuds start. I mean, this is just how neighborhood feuds, you know, boil over. Especially, and there was history here because what Ronnie didn't say and what we had heard was they were flipping each other off on Saturday, the day before. So this was coming to a head. And when he says he went back twice, that's sort of like.
By the way, you see in that video, there's a dirt bike across the road, which I'm guessing is Ronnie's.
He said he was cleaning his bike.
Oh, he was cleaning his bike.
Yeah.
All right. I was wondering if he was getting on his bike to go after
he said he was cleaning his bike when this happened. So there's going to be no fallout here, but it is kind of a microcosm of how neighborhood feuds start.
By the way, I will just say this. You have to be really concerned about your neighborhood or pissed off about something to go up to a guy as big as Alan Ritchson.
Yeah.
That's just not something you're going to do unless you really feel provoked to do that.
I think that's fair.
This is Greg from Cleveland, and I think that Alan needs to be a better example for his children. First, he needs to not speed through a residential neighborhood, and secondly, to get into a fight in front of his kids, he just has to do better than that.
Yeah, I mean, if indeed he was speeding, and it seems like there's some evidence he was, and going back and forth that way.
Would the police actually, as part of their investigation, try to find video to confirm that Alan was speeding?
It's
I mean, they're
irrelevant.
not going to give him a ticket for the speeding, but it supports Ronnie's story of why he even confronted him.
It's kind of irrelevant once Ronnie pushes him and pushes the motorcycle and they get into it.
Right.
It's mutual
Because
combat.
even if he was
End
speeding,
of
you
story.
can't
Yeah.
get...
Okay. What are we doing? A2?
Somebody said, even if you're as big as Alan, you still got to be responsible. Boy, do I agree.
Devin was talking to it.
Somebody said, roid rage. With great power comes great responsibility. Someone has to call out his bad behavior. Kudos to Alan. I mean, kudos to Ronnie. Yeah, somebody had to call him out.
I got to say, if he's speeding back and forth, I get it.
Yeah, and it's annoying, too.
But to your point, legally speaking, he can be pissed off about it, but he's still not supposed to put hands on him.
Yeah, you're not supposed to put hands on him.
You're not supposed to pummel your neighbor even if he pushes you.
Well, yeah, but that's when it becomes mutual combat.
Sometimes.
Yes.
But I also understand why Ronnie did it. Because what if a kid got killed?
Yeah. The benefits.
I mean, and again,
outweigh the
it's
risks.
some kid running out in the street
Yeah.
when somebody's going really fast and can't stop in a residential neighborhood.
Not cool.
They need one of those turtles up.
Now when you're
With
putting
the
that up,
flag in
I
it?
see those turtles all the time. I was thinking the other day, are those effective? I guess they are, because I do reckon, like, immediately thinks, maybe I should slow down.
Okay, here we go.
Is she trashing the biopic, or is she trashing...
She's pissed. She's just pissed about the estate doing everything here. She's pissed about the Miles Teller. She's pissed about how much money the estate's making. What was it, 147? What was it?
148.
148?
12 years.
All right. Here we go.
As a matter of fact...
When is it coming out?
I do. Next month, isn't it? April 25th, maybe?
It's next month. Oh,
April
I got to
24th.
tell you something about this, but not on camera.
Paris Jackson, not a big fan of the movie that is about to come out about her father's life. She's not a fan of the movie, but I think more to the point here, and she's actually filed legal documents over this, she's not a fan of the people who produced it, namely the executors of the Michael Jackson estate. And she thinks that they have spent wildly here, not only paying themselves, but some of the things that they spent on this movie. She's questioning the budget, and in particular, going out and getting what she imagines is a pretty high-ticket item, and that would be Miles Teller to play one of the executors, John Branca.
John Branca has been a long-time lawyer for Michael Jackson. He was hired and fired and hired and fired, and that's kind of the way Michael rolled. But ultimately, he became the executor of the estate, and there's just been a lot of tension. And the Jackson family has always had, they've had issues with the way money has been managed. But the reality is, too, that Michael Jackson was a train wreck when it came to money. They were deeply, deeply, deeply in the red when Michael died.
Yes.
And now this estate is flush with money, and a lot of it is because of the executor.
So Paris, we should say that not only she's questioning the hiring of Miles Teller, was that necessary? Is that going to actually help the movie make more money?
And that's the answer to that is no.
No, because people are going to see it for Michael's story, Michael's music. She also is calling out the fact that the executors have paid themselves very handsomely. She says between 2009 and 2021, they made $148 million. She points out that in 2021 alone, they made almost $8 million. So that she thinks that's a little high.
If you were doing it based on an hourly rate, I get it. But this isn't an hourly rate. Executors get a percentage. And you have to look at how much money the estate gets in order to determine if that amount is reasonable or not. The reality is, my understanding is that the estate is worth close to $1 billion now. And when you make that much money, it's sort of like when lawyers get a contingency fee. They could get 33 to 50% of the recovery. And it looks like a huge amount of money, but then you see what the client's getting. And in this case, Paris is the beneficiary of what the estate has done.
If that's their percentage of what the estate is worth, that just means they're doing their job.
Exactly.
And this movie stands to not just be as a box office hit, but what it could do for Michael's catalog and future value. I mean, we saw what Bohemian Rhapsody did for Queen, what Rocket Man did for Elton John, what Elvis did for Elvis. They can really boost Michael's profile because you got to figure he's been dead 17 years.
Right.
There are kids who don't
need
know
something
him
to
that well.
It's
like
almost
his
like you
music.
need to refresh
the
fan
And
base.
I will even defend the Miles Teller thing. Yeah, that probably was a huge expense for the movie. They're also probably thinking Oscar possibilities because that will give the movie a whole second life next year. And Miles Teller could get, which would be wild if the one white dude in the Michael Jackson biopic gets the Oscar nomination. But you don't bank on Jafar necessarily getting it, even though he might. He looks great in the movie to me from the trailer. But it extends the shelf life of the movie and Michael and the whole empire.
That feels like a reach to me, but I'll...
Not necessarily. Every one of these movies, I mean, Rami Malek won for playing Freddie Mercury. Austin Butler got nominated.
I know, but those are the people who played the stars.
But it helps the movies. It helps the movies, and then that in turn helps the streaming of the catalog.
A lot of people at the estate feel like this is Paris just having sour grapes over a lot of financial things over the years, and certainly the movie. An attorney for the estate told us Miss Jackson has already received roughly $65 million in benefits and stands to inherit many hundreds of millions more. This is from an estate that was $500 million in debt and facing bankruptcy at the time of Michael's death, but was turned by the executors into a business generating billions in revenue.
I mean, it's true. And again, billions, that's not the profit. I'm told the estate is worth around $1 billion or close to it. But still, they're getting that percentage. The way it's structured is Michael's 3 kids get money at increments. I believe it's when they're 25, 30, and 35 is when they get the bulk of their money.
I think
that's a portion.
When it's 20, 30, and 40. It actually is.
Is it 20, 30, and 40?
What is it?
30, 35, 40?
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Whatever. They get it in increments. Interesting, though, that they're not making that much more than the attorneys. Let's assume that they're all getting... So she's gotten $65 million.
Well, no. You can't look at it that way.
Okay.
No, I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you why.
But my point is, you don't think Paris is looking at it that way? She's going, yes, I got $65 million. How much did you guys get?
But they're not going to get incremental increases.
I know.
They just get, once the money goes into the estate, they get the percentage.
And she will get nothing if they don't do their job.
Right. I mean, I got to say, the estate's got a point here.
I think so.
They just do.
Hi, my name is Geraldine, live from the Bay Area, and I think that we should definitely take Paris Jackson's thoughts into consideration because at the end of the day, this is her father. She grew up with him. You know, she knows all this stuff on a deeper level. If we want to honor Michael Jackson in this movie, then we need to honor his legacy, and Paris Jackson is a part of his legacy.
It's true, but she's also the beneficiary of the estate. And if it just was the way it was when he died, she'd get zero. I mean, that's the thing. She would have had zero money. She is now going to be a millionaire many, many times over.
Already is.
And already is. Okay. That was, oh shit, that was 8-2.
Yeah, guys went a little long for 8-2.
Okay, well, we have a long A block.
his law stuff.
This guy just got into his law stuff and couldn't stop.
What are we doing now? I mean, Charles, Ray sips lock order.
Oh, you two. Can you put Charles' mic down for a quick second?
You two.
Let me move away.
Yeah.
Sorry. People say they've been hearing lots of stories about this movie, and so far, nothing great.
I want to see it. I'm really interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
You know what I watched last night? This weekend, I watched Love Story.
Oh, did you like it?
I mean, as a movie of fiction, sure, but you know, it's like they were so nasty about Daryl Hannah. I mean, it's so. I thought that was really unfair.
Yeah.
Really unfair.
Are you going to bring out the old
And
Kangol
also,
hat?
it's like, you know, when you watch it, most of it are conversations they were not privy to. You know, conversations with, you know, Jackie O, conversations between Caroline and John, conversations between John and Carolyn Bessette.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're making that up.
Yeah.
And so, you know, as fiction, it's okay. But when you start confusing it for reality, I
Not
don't
historically
know.
accurate.
Yeah.
Will you be dusting off the old Kangol hat?
No.
Okay. That wasn't supposed to be funny, but glad it made you laugh.
Now, explain to him what it is you just
I know what
said.
it is, the backwards hat.
I wore mine this weekend. I'll wear it to work tomorrow.
Where would you?
I wear it backwards. I look like a jazz trumpet
I have
player.
a University of Miami law school hat.
Don't wear that.
It says Miami Law on it. No, I do. I wear it.
Used to.
You wear it?
No, I'm saying don't.
I totally wear it.
I've never seen
Has to
No,
pay
when I
what?
walk on the beach, I wear
To
my
a
hat.
Mott singer?
You're on stream. Oh, okay.
Cosby
Stream.
lost the Mott singer case.
Oh, it's over?
20 mil.
20 mil?
20 mil who for the what?
He's got to be running out of money, huh?
Yeah, but he also has no idea what's going on because he's...
Right.
He doesn't eat mayo.
Okay.
This is, wait, this is B2?
He don't eat half the shit in there.
What did we do is, B1 was Chappell. Okay.
Okay.
Well, today is the day that the first roses were supposed to have been handed out, and everyone would be talking about the Bachelorette and her journey. But they are not, because, of course, Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette was yanked last week. Last night was the night it was supposed to premiere. But over the weekend, Taylor Frankie Paul has not been exactly laying low and certainly seems to want to remain in the spotlight, even though her show is not airing. I only say that because of her wardrobe choices. Walking around Salt Lake this weekend in a sweatshirt that says on the back of it, I can't wait to sleep with you.
It's kind of on brand.
On brand?
No, it's kind of on brand with her, you know, persona on
yes, it is.
Secret Lives of
And I guess
Mormon
it's
Wives.
interesting that she's not, it's not like she's just quietly staying out of the spotlight and licking her wounds. She seems defiant that she's still gonna, I'm not gonna be shocked if next week she does some big sit down at ABC.
Oh, absolutely.
To tell her side of what happened with Dakota.
What I'm interested in is what they're going to do on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. That they talked about this on one of the seasons, which is even
the very
more
first episode.
Which is even
they made
more,
a reference to it.
More stunning that the producers on the Bachelorette
cam on
overlooked this whole thing.
Right.
Even though it was on streaming, where you could hear her talk about it, and they never either bothered to look or they looked and didn't care. But I wonder if that show is going to come back with her.
I don't think it's going to come back at all because we still know as of today the cast, producers are in Salt Lake City. They're ready to film. They've been wanting to film with them. The cast is refusing to.
But they don't want to shoot with Taylor.
They don't want to shoot at all. And what we're trying to understand...
That's amazing.
It's insane. And the producers are begging them, obviously, because they had 3 or 4 weeks left to film. So I don't know how you put a bow on it and end the season without addressing any of this, but they cannot
Will they
get
do
the
it
cast.
without her?
I mean, she's such a big part of the show. I don't know how you move forward. You know, are people going to be interested in watching it without her?
And if you do it without her, then you have to let the remaining cast talk about their feelings about her, because otherwise, how do you explain to the audience the fact that she's not on the show suddenly?
Right.
Well, they could do that, and they could talk about her even if she's not there.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, is streaming different than broadcast television in this sense? I mean, at a point, if the women say, "Yeah, we'll come back," does the streamer say, "Okay," or do they say, "Nope, we're going to cancel"?
I think they would still go ahead with it.
I do
They
too.
know there would still be interest.
Yeah,
People would watch it.
I do too.
Hey, my name is Kwame Appiah. I'm in Seattle, Washington, and I gotta say, as someone who has faced backlash from reality TV, I do agree that Taylor should put her phone down and just let it simmer for a little bit, but it's also hard to let other people control that narrative, right? You want to take it back. So I see why she's forcing it, but to be honest with you, she's just got to put it down.
So what backlash did you get?
Kwame was on, for those who don't know, was on Love is Blind.
Yes.
What backlash?
Yeah, I was on Love is Blind, and the thing about any reality TV where there's strong opinions, there's a lot of viewers, everyone's gonna have their opinions of who you are, what you do, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. And so there was definitely some heated moments that were just sprung up by the things that happened throughout the show. So I will say, ultimately, it's just really difficult to just put your phone down, because I picked my phone up many times and clapped back. But after a while, I started to realize you just gotta let it go. It's gonna keep happening no matter what.
Absolutely. Okay. Was that C?
That was Baker too.
Oh, that was B2? Oh, fuck.
Somebody said they need a whole new set of wives. Just start from scratch.
Yeah.
That Taylor is what you call a liability.
Let's do this and say it's unclear whether they are, and then I want to go into a rant. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, we're doing this by ourselves. Okay.
Who is that?
Oh.
No.
I'm gonna move somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Since we...
ICE agents. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's true. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
You saw that, what Trump said when he was getting on the plane, that they are going to be arresting people
for
immigration.
Of course.
But then you have which thought? Okay.
Let's, yeah, we don't need Trump. Well, let's do the woman. Is there sound in the woman? Okay, here we go.
New mission for ICE today. This is the first day that ICE agents will be at airports around the country where, depending on who you talk to and when you talk to them, because the president himself has said two different things here, but one version is that the ICE agents are not there for immigration purposes. They are there just to help with the long lines that you know have been at TSA because of the partial shutdown. Now, the president has also said, oh, yeah, they're going to be arresting people there. So
arresting people for immigration.
Right.
Yeah.
So there at San Francisco International Airport, it does appear that there was an arrest made. That's how it seemed to people who were watching what happened in one of the TSA lines at SFO. So watch this video of a woman and her child being taken into custody.
Leave her alone! What are you doing? Leave her alone! What the hell are you doing?
I hope you're so proud of yourselves. You're on video now, too. Shame on you. You un-American pieces of you.
Well, okay. So we're not positive these are ICE agents.
SFO tells us that they are federal agents is all they would say.
Right, and they could be ICE agents.
Yeah, could be.
So
ICE.
two things. One is, by bringing ICE into the mix here, you are asking for volatile confrontations because you have a lot of people who are pissed off at ICE and they are going to get in their faces, and these guys who are not particularly trained at crowd control are going to lash back, and you're going to start seeing things at airports, maybe like you saw in Minneapolis. And that's a problem right there. The bigger problem, And I just want to say this because it's just, I'm up to here right now, that Congress doesn't function, and none of them should be reelected, I think.
Going back to OUTA.
I'm going back to out with their asses.
Out with their asses.
Because look, these TSA agents make $35,000 to $40,000 a year. They are living hand to mouth. This is the third time they haven't gotten paid. And in one time, they were not paid for well over a month. They are making it, Congress is making it so impossible for people to live. And yeah, the Democrats blame the Republicans and the Republicans blame the Democrats, but they can't compromise. And that is the key to running a government, that you've got to compromise.
Because there's no more compromise, less gets done.
Right. Well, nothing gets done.
Right.
They're going to go on recess.
In general, I mean.
Well, they're going to go on recess in a month. We're $39 trillion in debt. You've got air traffic controllers with this huge shortage, and you have this thing that happened at LaGuardia where the air traffic controller was doing ground control and air control at the same time. And we're going to have tragedies, and we should not be reelecting any of them because as a body, they don't know how to compromise. And I know that sounds crazy, but I personally like my congressman, but I'm going to vote against because I think you need to have a clean sweep and you have to have an expectation that the next group that comes in, if they can't run a government, then they get kicked out too.
I know what you're saying, and we brought this up before when we talk about OUTA. Yes, even though you like your congressman, you say you would vote him out, but what if the only option you have is going to be worse than your congressman?
I think...
If you believe, you have to vote with your conscience. And if you think that this other person is going to be worse than yours, then now you can't vote him out.
Well, here's the problem.
This is the only issue with OUTA.
Oh, no, but here's the problem with that. That, yes, you can vote them all back in, and then you won't
vote them all back
hold
in.
on.
But
well, yeah, but the people who get elected,
you're right.
They're so
Sure.
let's say they all mostly go back in.
Right.
Well, we're going to wait another 2 years, and I don't know that we can sustain what's going on in this country for another 2 years where the government can't run. And I think, yes, there are problems with what I'm saying. I think the problems are far worse if we don't have a revolt by voters. I think it's going to be worse.
Hi, I'm Amina from Cliffwood, New Jersey, and I think that ICE agents being at airports is going to make everything even more stressful now. I feel like a lot of people are not going to fly. People already have anxiety flying, especially in the area that I live in, you know, New York, New Jersey. People are not going to feel comfortable anymore. It's already, you know, the long lines are stressful, and I just think that something else needs to be done. There needs to be another solution. A lot of solutions to this problem.
OUTA. That's a solution.
Also, buses and trains. You know, as long as you're not traveling internationally.
Oh, God.
Bus and a train.
Okay, where are we going here? Okay.
Train travel is...
Who's doing this?
Yeah, let me take
Amazing.
Okay,
let me take
let's do this.
4-day journey by train home to New York real quick.
It's not, have you seen that part of the... It'd be beautiful. Try it. You might like it.
Okay, great. I'll take
Okay,
an
here we
extra
go.
4 days off.
We are in trouble.
World tour. Okay. Welcome back to TMZ Live. Justin Timberlake's DWI arrest. We are now finally seeing it on police body cam.
And I got to say, it ain't feeling like the story that they told, which is one martini.
Yes, that was the story originally. And you remember, Justin and his lawyers tried to stop this video from coming out. But
they did for a while.
And they did for a while, but ultimately they reached an agreement with the prosecutors that they would release parts of the video with some redactions. So the big question we had, and the reason everybody wanted to see the body cam was there was a story that Justin had basically said, played the celebrity card.
Right.
Well, it is there on the video. Though I will say there's some hesitation on his part, and I don't know if that's he's hesitant or he's drunk.
I think...
Or both.
Okay.
How long are you renting it for?
Just for a couple days.
What are you visiting?
Yeah, I'm on tour.
What are you doing?
I'm on a world tour.
Of what?
A world tour.
Doing what?
Hard to explain. A world tour. I'm Justin Timberlake.
What's your name?
Justin Timberlake.
You are Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
You have a license with you?
Yeah, I do.
That moment, as the kids say, that was cringe.
So
that was very, very cringe.
He could not form the thought of how to explain what a world tour is. He was that wasted.
Well, and also, I think he was hoping that he'd just say world tour and the guy would go, "Oh yeah, you're Justin Timberlake," and that would. But
your show.
we know that the officer said he didn't realize that he was Justin Timberlake.
I believe the officer's 22, as I remember.
There was reports he was 20. The officer was 22 years old and had no idea who Justin Timberlake was, and that is why when this exchange happened, the officer was like, "I'm sorry, you're here for what? Like, what's your name? Do you have an ID?"
Right.
Because he was clueless.
My sense of it was he definitely didn't recognize him. When he said Justin Timberlake, it was almost like a light bulb went off. So he may have heard the name, but he wasn't connecting much.
Not connecting it.
Yeah. And so Justin was taken to the police station, put in a cell, and he was told he'd have to sleep there that night. And he's like,
he was like, "What? Right here?" Yeah, that's the drug tank, man.
There's a lot of gems.
By the
from
way, there
this
was
body
another
cam.
one of his friends who he'd been out with that night.
Right.
Showed up on the scene when the police pulled over.
It was the guy that was ahead of him.
No,
he came
a
back.
female.
It was a woman.
Well, it was a man and a woman, and they came
correct.
back.
And they came back. By the way, she also played the my friend's a celebrity.
Yeah.
Listen to this when she tried to explain who Justin is.
But should I ask him if he wants it or if he wants me to keep it?
You can't talk to him.
There has to be a moment of talking.
No, not anymore.
Please help me.
Not anymore.
Hold on.
Okay.
So, hold on.
This
This
is the registration of the vehicle. Just make sure it stays with the vehicle, okay?
I have his phone.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you guys please just do me a favor because you loved Bye 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 or
I'm
like
happy.
Sexy Back?
So, I'm
like,
happy.
do me one favor. Let me ask him if he wants me to give him his phone.
Yeah.
This is insane.
By the way,
So it's not
in that
gonna be a long
moment,
thing.
it's yes, many cringe moments, but
I will say, though, a lot of people online, I know how Justin so badly did not want this to come out, but a lot of people online are saying, like, wow, this is actually, like, kind of sweet, and they like Justin because he was so polite during the whole exchange with police. Remember, he even cracked that joke about being white, too? They thought that was funny.
Looking over his intake information.
Which was funny, but he was also driving drunk. And he did not get a drunk driving conviction. It was reduced.
Struck a plea deal, which we say always happens when it's your first time.
His lawyer did a good job on this, getting it reduced to non-drunk driving because that's drunk driving.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Sandra from Arkansas, and honestly, like, I don't know, the way Justin, it's just, I know, first off, I found it so funny that the cop didn't even know who he was, so that should honestly tell Justin, like, I mean, he's probably just been so privileged his whole life that, you know, I just hope that this whole experience kind of humbled him a little bit more, because it... just the way that he was acting, like he was pretty nice to the cops, at least for that. But it's so funny that it kind of goes to show that, you know, Justin, he's kind of giving me the ick the whole time just because it's like nobody really knows like who he is really anymore.
He needs new music for this cop.
He needs new music. By the way, can we just say something? Your backdrop is beautiful. Is that Arkansas?
Actually close. I'm on spring break. I'm on vacation. I'm actually from Arkansas, but this is Oklahoma City. So.
Oh my God!
It's also beautiful.
I thought that was a picture.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. A lot of people would not say that when you think of that part of the country. They don't think of it as being quite.
Can I ask
scenic.
a really stupid question?
Oh boy, don't. If you're going to do a geography thing between Arkansas and Oklahoma,
I'm not.
Okay.
I thought that was a painting.
It's not. Do you don't see the cars moving on the?
I didn't see.
Really? How many paintings have moving vehicles on a highway?
I don't know, but it's really cool.
It's pretty cool. If you want me to show you.
We're good. We're good. Thanks.
Oh my God.
Well, I didn't see the cars.
And you thought the body cam footage was cringe.
I didn't see the cars. Okay. Oh shit, where are we going? What's D2?
Next.
We got him. Yeah, we got to move.
We need a what?
Well, why don't we
For
do
what?
1 minute for Doja Cat? Just
Can
by
we do
ourselves.
Doja in 1 minute?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
What are the assets? Hold on, because I need to know what the story is, because I know you don't.
You don't know that. Doja Cat, my dad's a deadbeat father.
Good, you do it.
Okay.
I got to take a call.
Here we go.
Harvey's going to do this segment.
Let me get out of the way.
Okay, here we go. And the dad's responding to it.
Yeah, blaming her.
Yeah, we can. Is the dad's responding? What do you have as E? We got to move.
Babysitter gave me weed at 11 about that story.
Let's do tour right here. Netta, we're going to do tour, and then we'll do Doja in C, in E.
E.
Here we go.
Okay. And I need you to break it down for me when I come back.
And we got to do this whole thing in a minute.
Okay. This is lickety quick.
Yeah.
Okay. The Janice talking shit?
Yep. Okay, let's go. Here we go.
Well, we got a real live legend, an absolute legend on the TMZ After Dark tour.
Janice Dickinson. One of the OG supermodels.
The OG. Don't you ever say one of the
first supermodel.
The first supermodel. She will tell you very proudly. And she was our host this weekend.
And she was amazing.
She was superb. It was an absolute honor to have her on. And she sang her music, which, by the way,
Yes.
she has amazing music.
Uh-huh.
One of my favorite songs of hers was Get Me Out of This Dress, which at one point she did kind of almost get out of her dress, but it was a tease. It was great.
She had words for another supermodel.
Yeah,
yes.
We had to ask her about the America's Next Top Model documentary because, I mean, we've heard all kinds of opinions about that documentary, but we've been waiting for hers, and we had her right there.
Short and sweet, folks.
Oh, she basically was like, Tyra's a bitch. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry I did it. I did not have a good time. She's a bitch. Tyra Banks is a 100% bitch. She was mean to me. She was terrible with the models. She just was. She's not kind. And Tyra, come at me. I want to hear what you have to say, what I'm saying. How can you make models change ethnicity? How do you do that? How do you pull models' teeth out? How do you shave models' hair off? Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Well, aside from that, though.
Other than that, it was a great experience.
She had a great time. We went to the South
We can say this. She had a better time on our tour than she did on America's Next Top Model.
We went to all the bars, Jameson's Pub, Rainbow Bar and Grill, Burgundy Room.
She was,
and she's a hit everywhere she
and
goes.
everybody did runway walks on the bus.
Yeah, we turned the bus into a runway, and she judged everyone's catwalks, giving them a score of 1 through 10. And it was thank you, Janice.
Good time.
Yeah.
A good time.
Okay.
All right, break it down for me. So,
Doja called her dad a deadbeat?
Yes, basically said that she's on tour right now. She had given him some tickets. He still didn't show up. It's hard to get in contact with him. He's a deadbeat dad. He's like, whoa. I'm a deadbeat. He's so brainwashed by your mother. He's like, if I was a deadbeat, when I got with her mom, she had 2 kids on behind.
He blew away in the wind.
So what do we have here for our assets?
The father talking.
That's yours? What is her side saying?
I'm not.
I was messaging my father because he's here in Africa. And he said that he couldn't make it to my show because I don't message him enough and I didn't call him on WhatsApp.
Oh, let's just summarize her.
So I sent him gay
And
porn.
we're not doing a Skype here? Or are we? Okay, let's go.
Also, why do
How much
we...
time do you want in the block? Got it. Here we go.
That way. Move that way. There we go. No, let's do 1.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like Doja Cat has some extra tickets for her tour.
At least one.
At least one that she was planning to leave for her father. It has not worked out. And she has posted a video where she basically called him out and called him a deadbeat and said that I tried to leave him tickets and he called me and said, well, I'm not taking them because you don't call me enough. You don't message me enough. And she's like, well, you're a deadbeat. That's why I don't message you enough.
To which he responded.
Not gonna be used by a white woman with 3 kids that I was feeding those kids with the money of Sarafina. And my name and my reputation as a good man. I love my kids. Just because I gave birth to a superstar with money. And then it happened that white woman brainwashed my baby. That I left her. I never left my kid. She played the cards because of influence of her mother. She came to South Africa. She's got power to see me. And she faked it.
So, if for those who don't know, Doja's mom is white, and then
Right.
the white woman he kept referring to is his ex.
And who basically is saying, like, yeah, we had a breakup, but I was always there for my kids. Like, you know, when parents, they go to their mom's house and then the mom's trash talking the dad. That's exactly what he's saying. He's saying, I've never been a deadbeat dad to any of my kids. You're just close to your mother who's brainwashed you, and you give her all this money, and now you're a global superstar, so she's the mother of a superstar, and now you're trash talking me. She also did kind of troll him.
Both things could be true,
Well,
by
yeah,
the way.
they could both be victims here, where the mom has poisoned Doja against her dad.
But
Yeah,
he also isn't.
in the video, Doja said, like, yeah, I invited him to the show. He said, you don't, WhatsApp me enough. She's like, well, I don't, but like, because you weren't there for me. So I could, but
Glorilla is not the only family drama. Okay, every weekend we put polls up on the website to find out how you feel about things that happened last week, and a lot of things happened last week.
What
Here are the
happened
results.
last week?
That.
If ABC had aired Bachelorette with Taylor Frankie Paul, I would have watched, or hard pass.
They're going to say I would have watched.
They're going to say hard pass because
No.
they got to feel like good people.
Oh,
They're
but
saying
it would have been
if
the
they
opposite.
knew-
I know, but it would have been the opposite. They're lying. Next, who you got
in
a fist fight? Usher or Justin Bieber? Oh, they're going to say Justin.
They're going to say Usher.
No, they're going to say Justin. Oh, God, I'm
I
wrong
think
about everything.
size-wise, I think Usher's just got a little bit bigger.
Justin scrappier.
Yeah. Afro Man defeats defamation lawsuit. Hooray for First Amendment or unfair to the deputies
Hooray
that he
for
was
First
singing
Amendment.
about.
That one is for sure. Yep. And next, Trump mocking Newsom's dyslexia. Super offensive or silly political trolling? Yeah, that's what always happens
I guess
with Trump.
when it's political.
I mean, it's 32-34.
Every Trump poll, it does come out that way.
Okay, last one.
Trump's Pearl Harbor jab. Oh, this will be interesting if it's 68%. Made me laugh or made me cringe.
It's going to be 50-50 because it was, oh my God.
Wow.
Even
We don't even
Trumpers.
get that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, the one that you were like, come on, it's no big deal.
I mean, it did happen. Okay.
It did happen.
Okay.
All right.
Yikes, huh?
Wait, they moved
Hanging
it
out.
up.
Oh, right. Is our sound and a pullout? Okay,
What's
let's
kid's
do
name?
this.
Romy?
yeah, you have Devin.
Okay. Here we go. Got
So
it.
what's the order
Well,
of?
then we shouldn't do the sound and a pullout. Can we summarize the pullout? I was in my Dylan's.
Dylan's candy bar robe after a nice bath and went to where my babysitter was sleeping to say goodnight. She offered it to me. Then we smoked together on the fire escape.
Okay.
Shoot until I
Is,
fell
De-
asleep.
is Devin on this too? Yes. Okay, we have got a lot to do in 3 minutes. Okay. Here we go.
Charlie Gypsy's going.
I don't know. Let's see how we do. Get the Skyper ready for this if we get through it. Here we go.
Well, here's a different kind of Nepo baby story, because we hear a lot about that in Hollywood these days. But Sofia Coppola's daughter, Romy Mars, is talking about how she was raised by not just her mom, but by nannies and other people around the house, and says that she smoked weed for the first time when she was 11 years old with one of these nannies.
Which sounds, in a way, a little bit like a jab against her parents, that the nannies
Basically
were
saying
kind
that
of
I
raising
was
her.
free to do whatever. This is how Romy describes the encounter, the smoking encounter. She said that she was sitting around in her bathrobe or something, and then decided, she said, I was in my Dylan's candy bar robe after a nice bath and went to where my babysitter was sleeping to say goodnight. And she offered the weed, to me. Then we smoked together on the fire escape and talked about her boyfriend's mommy issues till I fell asleep. Cheers. She was 11.
So the sad part for sure is being raised by babysitters and help. Like that's kind of sad. I don't know why people are so up in arms about like 11. I mean, smoking weed at 11. A lot of people when you're in middle school.
Devin.
That's not common.
Devin.
That is not
It is
common.
not common.
When you're in
And I don't
middle
know-
school, and
I
I'm
don't
not
know
saying
where you went
my
to
mom
school.
watches this show, so I'm not saying for me personally, but like a lot of people in
you
middle
incriminated
school.
yourself by saying
saying
my mom watches. So what if your mom wasn't watching?
No. What Devin's saying is his mom gave him weed at 11.
No,
not the nanny.
no. Definitely,
That's what she's.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Hi, it's Brianna in St. Louis, Missouri. Nobody was giving me weed at 11. I don't think anybody should be giving a child weed at 11, but this is the risk you run when you let someone else raise your kids. I also thought it was rich that her mom called it a persona. Great way to continue shirking accountability for how you raise your kids.
Yeah, I think it was a shot at her parents, honestly.
I think the shot was received.
What else do you guys want to talk about?
Hi there, I'm Jenna Lowe from California. I'm here to talk about Chappell Roan today. I think what happened with her security guard was super distasteful. I think there's a lot of risks when it comes to being a celebrity, and one of the things that you have to do is be grateful for the people that are getting you famous in the first place. So if I were her, I would 100% be giving that little girl a vacation or something, because it seems like it's a pattern with her.
Give her a vacation.
Wow. She's 11. Again, with the 11-year-olds getting weed, they're getting vacations.
Send her to Jamaica.
What?
Well,
What does
you
that
know
mean?
what I'm saying.
What does that mean?
The weed thing. It's, you know what I'm saying. One more.
Hi, I'm Nayla from Germany, and my topic today is the Justin Timberlake situation. First of all, Mr. Timberlake, it's okay to be white. And his other statement made it seem that, well, then he thinks that celebrities should have or should get special treatment, even in jail. I mean, the officers have to do their job. That doesn't mean that he's a criminal automatically, but he's still human, and humans mess up and make mistakes from time to time. But I gotta say, he was very polite doing the alcohol tests, and that's a good thing.
He was polite, but he was driving drunk.
He was. You want to send him to Jamaica too?
Okay, let's do G.
That was great. God.
Say again? No, is it any good?
Somebody said 11 is too young for a joint. Maybe a gummy, though.
No, I know. I read it's a conference.
Oh, did it start? Right. Did it start already?
It started, yeah. I saw the first episode.
Was it any good?
It's funny, but it's almost a little too outlandish. You know how Jury Duty wasn't that outlandish?
Right, because all those things.
Oh my God,
right.
I love this season.
I feel like
Sorry.
it's a little too outlandish.
Wait, but the fact that he's buying into it makes it even funnier. Like,
What are we doing?
You
I'm
have
sorry.
to be so stupid. Jury Duty, they just did a new office retreat. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Well, Bill Cosby's kind of a weird G.
It's weird.
Hey, everybody, Bill Cosby date raped somebody else. See you tomorrow.
Back in 72. Back in 72.
I mean, it's probably better.
20 million.
20 mil. I mean, we could do Cosby. Let's do Cosby.
I'm trying to think what's a better, like, to your point, Jonah, what's going to be a better tease at the end of F?
Let's do Cosby.
It's just The Rock in a wig.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Was it 72? I want to say it was. Yeah. Well, before we go, this just came into the newsroom. Bill Cosby lost another civil lawsuit. This one is going to cost him big time.
$20 million.
Yes. Donna Motzinger was a server in somewhere in the Bay Area, Northern California.
Yeah.
Back
1972.
And she says that Bill Cosby came in. Same story we've heard where she got a drink, she went to a party. Next thing you know, she woke up in the morning and
he all but admitted it all in a deposition.
There's quaaludes that he gave.
Yeah, and so I don't see how he has any money left after all
The
of this.
$20 million is the judgment that he's been hit with. I don't know if he has that money, and this may end up being more of a moral victory for Donna Motzinger, because I don't know that money's
they still may try to go after it, but, you know, getting blood from a turnip.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, blood for a turnip. Just pull that one out. The old blood from a turnip.
Sorry. Wow.
Wow.
What a day we've had.
Haven't we, though?
What a day we've had. What a day we've had.
This morning was the best year ever.
Bye, guys.
This morning was the best year ever.
Isn't that good?
Using old people. That's an old folks phrase.
I think you forget spiritually, I'm like 95 years old. I know I'm.
You're right, I do forget.
Yeah. Like
And you very quickly remind me.
Yeah, there you go. Like my back hurts. I don't
Bless
like it's too cold in here. You have anything else to say, or you're just kind of lingering?
You got anything to say?
Just kind of lingering. I don't know.
All right.
What is everybody else? What are your last thoughts, guys?
Well, now it's all about Bill Cosby.
Huh?
Now they're just talking Bill Cosby.
Oh, really? I'd like to hear what they have to say about Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby don't have
Is
that.
everybody doing? You can't really do a Bill Cosby impression in the chat.
Yeah, you can't. They're saying
Do you have a
I
Bill
thought
Cosby
Cosby was
impression?
dead.
I'm not doing I do, but I'm not doing it.
Jail makes Bill Cosby look good, somebody said.
Not going to jail. Just gonna have to pay a lot of money. That is
Yeah. Somebody said
I know, I'm trying
he
to
doesn't
think
have
of
that
it,
money.
I mean, Bill Cosby had a lot of money.
Well, Huxtable.
But he has paid out quite a few. Probably not going to get 20 million.
Yeah.
But if you're Donna Motzinger and you get 5 million,
Does he still have $5 million?
Somebody thought he was dead.
gotta have.
He's still alive?
yes, he's alive.
News to me.
It's fine. That was a legit question.
It's kind of like a Mandela effect.
He's been in jail for so long. We
There you
haven't
go.
seen
He's
him.
like
He's out of jail. What are you talking about?
I like that show, Lil Bill.
He got out of jail.
Oh.
Did you ever?
When?
anybody-
It was a whole thing. Remember? Actually,
Everyone
it
in the
was
chat
when
thought
we were
he
doing
died.
the day. I remember the day that he got out. It was 2021.
See? No one knows that he's
It
even
was
out of jail.
2021.
He's been
we
out
had
for years,
just started
apparently.
doing shows back in studio, I think.
He's so low key. That's why.
Yeah, I don't think
He's
Carl's
keeping it really low
talking
key.
about.
Everyone, you guys know that Bill Cosby's
No,
out of jail,
everybody
right?
in the chat is saying we think he's still in jail.
Yeah. Are you guys? Are you
I'm
sure?
amazed he's still
I'm
alive. I
positive
thought
he
he
is
was
not
still
in
in
prison.
jail. I thought Bill Cosby had died. Bill died, and
Guys,
Bill is
come
dead.
on. Do you really not
dead
know that Bill
ass,
Cosby? He's been out since 2021.
Talia is 95.
Cameron
Bill is
didn't know that
dead.
either. That's why he's sitting over there.
Yeah, Cameron did know.
Cameron's like, no, don't put me in.
Wait, side note, can we talk about Doja Cat's dad in the Kangol hat? He's in his JFK Jr. era.
He's old school South African, you know.
Okay,
he probably
that
never
guy's
left
definitely
it.
not in his JFK Jr. era.
He definitely watched
Speaking
Love
of
Story.
which, by the way, the last episode sucked.
Really?
Was it 4 or 5?
Love story.
I've been really into the new season.
Episode 8 or
8.
the last one that came out.
That must be the finale.
I haven't watched it yet.
Did you watch the movie?
Bad?
Shut up. Don't say that. Devin, you're full of crap. Get out of here. I don't trust your judgment on
You're
anything.
talking to a guy who watches Coco Melon
That's
every
right.
day.
This guy doesn't even know. You know how many classic movies Devin has not seen?
Most of them.
I actually trust
Oh.
people
Dang.
more when they say something's terrible than when they say, oh, it's pretty good.
Does Bill Cosby still get paid? Do they still run the Cosby Show?
Oh, it was one of my favorites.
They don't run it?
No, Cosby Show still runs. Oh, it's definitely still running someplace. Don't make me look. You want me to embarrass you right now?
That's because someone
Look it up
here
right
said
now.
that he's worth $200 million.
Cosby Show,
There's no way he's still worth
1000%.
$200 million.
I don't know what it airs somewhere.
Does the Cosby Show still air? And then like Little Bill, is that still on like
Yep.
Nick Jr.?
Apologize now, Nauman. Apologize now, because you just found it.
That was a 2021 article. I'm sorry, Google doesn't work. Let's call them.
Oh, now it's Google. Oh, Google suddenly isn't working because you're about to lose a bet.
You still won't find the Cosby Show on many TV networks. Cosby Show.
You won't find it on many, but you will find it.
Yeah,
Where?
it would have been
Who's
like
airing it?
Cosby Show,
YouTube TV.
like Bounce
Prison.com.
TV or like All Black or something like that. Oh.
Hey Siri. Where can I watch the Bill Cosby Show? It's called the Cosby Show, not the Bill Cosby Show.
Tell me where.
TV One.
Oh, snap.
As of 2004, it's also available to stream on Amazon Prime.
You can watch it on Fubo
However,
TV.
many networks did pull the show. So, yeah, both of you guys are right. How about that?
All right.
I don't like that. We can't both be right. I would be the one who's right.
Well, if he's right and he's right,
It
then
is
who's
airing
flying
right
the
now.
plane?
TV1 does run on air the basic cable channel TV1. It's a black TV station, so they gon' yeah. They're right there. Oh, that'll do it. It came on this one. It's on all day too.
Hello. Look at that. It's like a whole. Look at
It
that.
comes on all day.
You pay me.
When did TV1 get it? This year?
Where is my money?
Money?
Anyways, good night. Yeah, good night and goodbye. The Cosby Show still airs on
right,
TV1
well,
if you want to watch it. We'll do headlines tomorrow.
Only that matters is that I was right.
No.
See you guys tomorrow.
Goodbye.